Okay. I think we're live. Just waiting for YouTube to catch up.
Here we go.
I think we're live. Just waiting, and I haven't muted.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm muted. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
So excited. I am here with Kimmy and Michelle, and we are going to start to finish a junk journal. And this was the lovely Kimmy's idea, and I'm very excited about it.
Me too.
You guys excited? Excited. Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I'm not seeing us on YouTube yet. It's just spinning and spinning for me. So.
Yeah, we are live on YouTube.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're here and watching, say hello in the chat so we know. Actually, I need to refresh mine. Mine is now spinning. It is live, though.
Yep, I see you now.
So we're each going to be making a different kind of journal. And keep in mind that I am not an expert on how to make junk journals. I recommend that you go over and check out Gail Agostinelli on YouTube. She is my go-to person for junk journaling and how to make things and how to do the spine. But I mean, there is tons and tons and tons of tutorials on YouTube about how to put a junk journal together. So this is kind of my take on it and how I put mine together. I've got videos on. Hey, Diane. So this is kind of my take on how I put my journals together. And, you know, so everybody's got a different take. So it doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. Boy, I'm having issues with my YouTube. 1 second. Boy, oh boy. Okay, I think it's fine now. So anyway, I'm going to be working on a Paris-themed junk journal, and let me take this out.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. How are you?
Hello, Michelle.
Deanna should be here, Kim. I know she's been looking forward to this.
Yeah, she'll be here soon, I'm sure. So I posted in my Angeldreamcrafts group and in Kimmy's group, which is Vintage Rose Creations on Facebook. I posted in both those groups a list of things that you would need to make this type of a journal. And it's basically 2 pieces of chipboard. And the chipboard that I used, for those of you who want to play along, is 8 by 6 for each the front and the back cover. And then the spine is about 2 inches by, of course, 8 inches. So those are the 3 pieces that you need. And then what we did was we put felt on top of the chipboard and then our fabric on top. I actually didn't use felt. I shouldn't say that. Kimmy used felt. And did you use felt, Michelle?
No, I did not, because I'm doing a paper one.
Oh, okay, cool.
On a paper cover.
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Christina.
I just
so
didn't
Kimmy,
I
used.
Hi, Jeanette. Christina.
That's great that you're using paper, though, because then everybody will get a different take on it. Kimmy and I are doing a fabric cover. And as Michelle just said, she's using paper, which is very cool. So I used some old, it's sort of a burlap fabric, because I wanted my journal to be really old and shabby looking. And I wanted some of the burlap to kind of stick out on the edges. So that's why you see that there. I wanted mine to be very vintage looking. So anyway, we put the 3 pieces together. And I did put some pockets, front and back cover. And we're going to be doing the hidden spine method with the chipboard in between here. And then attaching our paper. So we're going to bind it today with the hidden spine. And then if we have enough time, we're going to decorate our covers a bit. So that's today. And then next week, we will work on things like pockets and tags and corners and tuck spots and things like that for the paper that's inside the journal. You may also want to, oh, thanks, Michelle. You may also want to get your coffee dyed papers ready. I did do a bit of sewing on mine yesterday because I like that in mine. I made some ruffles for the edges of mine, and I didn't do a lot of sewing. I did some ruffles and a little bit of lace, but there's still tons to do in here. Lots of tuck spots and pockets, and I've used French paper, music paper. This is some scrapbook paper. This is going to be a fabric flip here. And this was actually a really old tea towel, but I just loved the colors. So that's why I use that. This is a bag that somebody altered for me that I folded in half. Some dictionary paper. So, you know, the standard general things. And I did coffee dye and bake my paper. This is a bag. So, you know, lots of goodies. And then that will be put inside my journal today. So that's how mine is going to go. And let me click over on Kimmy and she can share what she's doing with hers. Over to you, Kimmy.
Okay. I'm doing the same thing,
I think.
I'm doing the same thing as Kim. I'm doing fabric. This is the cover. I'm still working on it. I'm still adding embellishments, but this is the cover of my journal. And I actually coffee dyed the fabric. I don't know if you can see that, just to make it look a little more aged. So I'm using this print, and then I put a little piece of a vintage linen and then a fabric image on the front. And I think that this handmade flower is going to go right there.
Oh, pretty.
So I haven't finished. You know, you can see the raw edge of my spine on the back. So I'm going to be putting some trim to cover those as well once we get it all kind of constructed. And I'll be doing the same thing as Kim and putting some pockets here on the outside.
Cool. All right, let me click over on Michelle and she can share hers if she's ready.
Okay, I haven't got my cover together yet, but I do actually, I picked out.
Thank you, Michelle. Sorry.
You're okay. Picked out a selection of paper from a, it's a K&C pad that I have, that I've had for a while. And my cover, front and back cover, is going to be this rose and script.
Oh, I love that.
Gorgeous.
On the inside, I had already coffee dyed some copy paper, and I've kind of got my signatures together and got them ready. I coffee dyed some doilies. I've added some 10 by 10 papers, which gives you kind of like a quarter page in the center. And I've used punches on the edges of the coffee dyed paper to add a frill.
Love it.
So that's where I'm at right now, is getting my cover together.
So this is awesome. You're going to be able to see how to make one out of fabric and out of paper today. And I did forget to mention that mine's going to be a Paris, Parisian, French kind of theme.
Yeah, Kimmy and I love the Paris.
Yes, we do.
So what I'm going to do, I've got all this paper here, but I'm kind of wondering if it might be too fat. I don't know, though. It might be. Oh, maybe not. That might be okay. It's not too bad. I mean, once you start putting stuff in it, it gets bulkier and bulkier and bulkier. Anyway, we're going to go with it. So I'm just going to put the cover aside for now. So in order to do the hidden spine, well, actually, I need that back. You put your cover and spine together, and then you get yourself a piece of chipboard that is roughly the same size, but you want it to kind of nestle in between your seams here, so it just sits nicely in there. You can cover this with something light. Kimmy has felt on hers. I'm going to put probably a piece of lace on mine.
No, I don't have felt. I had to just cut another one, so no.
Oh, okay. You can put a piece of lace on it. Once it's in your book, you can put laces on the edge just to cover up the raw chipboard. However you want to decorate it is fine. But you want a separate piece of chipboard to sit in here. And this is what we're going to attach our pages to. And once the pages are attached, you glue this inside your book. So the outside, you don't see all the stitching and stuff. It's just the spine of the book. So that's called a hidden spine. And there's other ways to do them. I saw one that I really loved on, I think it's Bohemian Crafting. She had done a corset spine. I love it. I want to do one like that. So awesome. That might be my next journal. So what you want to do is you need to get something like this. This is called an awl. You can use a pokey tool. I stole this from my husband's workshop, so he may never get it back now. But it's basically something super pokey and super sturdy. And then you take all your papers that are beautifully coffee dyed and such, and you line them up. And I like to make 3 holes. So I measure my paper, and I kind of, measure out the holes. And then I take my awl and I push it through all the way through. So then the holes come out on the other side, which you can kind of see here. And then
you did that with your entire stack all at once, or you each individually page, or what?
Oh no, I stacked them all up and used them all together because this is sturdy enough to do that. If you don't have one that's sturdy enough to do that, do your papers a few at a time and then stack them, but make sure your holes line up because that's what you need.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Once you've got your holes in your paper, this is how I do it. Other people may do it differently. I lay my paper flat like this, put my piece of chipboard down in the middle there where my holes are, and then I take a pen and draw a dot in the holes on top of the chipboard. Then I take my awl and push it through the holes that are the dots on the chipboard. And then my holes and my chipboard line up. So that's kind of what you need. Your next step will be, Kimmy, is to do that. So I think it's good that we'll all be at slightly different stages, and then it kind of keeps things moving along better. Oh, you're using the same paper as who, Christina, as Michelle?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Awesome. So various things that you can use to bind your journal. I'm going to be using embroidery floss because I have lots of it and I like it. Again, I'm not Mrs. Cog or Nick the Booksmith. I am not that person, so I'm not that good at it like they are. They are just amazing. But this is how I do it. My books work. They tend to stay together. I'm pretty happy. This is one that I did, if I can get it here, if my hands will work, a while ago. I'll just share it with you. This is one I did a while ago. And you can see it's got the hidden spine. This one has 2 signatures in it. But it works really, really well. You can see I actually did cover the hidden spine with some fabric in this one. But it works really well, having the hidden spine. So let me find the same
paper as you, Kim.
Pardon?
Christina said the same paper as you.
Yeah. Oh,
cool. So here is what it will look like with the embroidery floss. So I put 1, 2, 3 holes. So you go in the middle, out, back in the middle, and down to the bottom, and then, or however you want to do it, and then you tie it in the middle. Now you can take the ends of your floss and you can tie little things on it. You can put little tiny beads on them. The only thing I find with beads is once the book is closed, the beads tend to rip the paper a bit. So I've stopped doing that. I've either left them blank or I've cut out like paper hearts out of music paper and then just finish the ends with that, which is probably what I'll do with this book. No, I didn't get it at Hobby Lobby, but my friend sent me the pad, so it's possible, and she's in the US, so it's possible she got it there. It's, oh, what's the name of it? Do you remember the name of it? I've had it forever, though. It's a very thin paper, and I do like it. It's very bohemian, that paper. So anyway, as you can see, this is a finished one. It's got tuck spots. It's got the fabric flip. So this is how I do my journals, and I like them. I think, you know, they're sturdy. They hold up. Great for flipping, great for writing in. So this one I made last year, at the beginning of last year. Like, there's lots of different pockets. There's so many things you can do in journals. You know, I even made these mixed media postcards for them. You can use lace as tuck spots. This is another one here with just some pretty pink lace. This one doesn't have any pockets, but there's a fabric icy card I made. So lots of goodies. That's that one. I have made more ornate ones, but I just like this one because it's, I don't know, it's sturdy. And when you write in it, it doesn't have a lot of like puffy stuff if you want to write in it. I don't like putting a ton of puffy stuff on the front, but I have done it before, I'm not going to lie. Because when you go to write on it, you know, you don't want anything like super bumpy. So, but anyway, that is one of my junk journals. So what I'm going to do now is find where my...
Would it be helpful to like put a binder clip on your pages while you're trying to put the holes in?
Yes, I was going to say that next. Putting a binder clip on your pages is probably the most helpful thing I can say. Thank you for mentioning that, Kimmy.
Well, I'm just wondering because I'm about to do it myself.
Well, let me click on you and people can watch you do that because I seem to have misplaced my chipboard piece now.
All right.
As I do.
Yeah, I have never done this before, so this is a first for me. So you can see I have all my cut pages and I'm using, this is matte paper, I've got music paper, I've got coffee dyed paper, book paper, I've got a doily. So those are the types of things that I'm using in my signature. So I put the binder clip here because I'm going to be putting the holes here where all the folds of my paper are. So my husband bought me this all at Lowe's. And it was like $3.50. So, and this is a Craftsman, so it's not anything super expensive. And apparently I'm going to need it for other stuff. So I'm going to choose to do it by just starting in the middle with the first hole. And Kim, like, how much do I want to leave? A tiny little bit before my hole, right?
Well, you can use a ruler and evenly measure out the 3 holes if you like.
No, but I mean between the hole and the edge of my papers.
Yeah, you need to leave some room, otherwise it'll rip.
Okay, so I'm gonna just, let me see, I've got a ruler someplace. I hit it here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the first one in the middle first. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And I've never done this before. Here's hoping this works.
You can do it.
Yeah,
another thing that might be helpful is to put an old book underneath it for pressure.
See, it hasn't gone all the way through.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Okay, now I got it. Now you can see it's all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of twisting it a little bit to make sure the hole's big enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you can see the hole right here. So then I'm going to do what she said and get my ruler out and just measure and make sure that I'm the same distance. So let's just make it simple. I'm just going to go 1 inch in from the top and 1 inch in from the bottom to make my second and third holes. Hi, Davida.
Hi, Davida.
I'm just going to turn it over and just keep going a little bit to make sure it goes all the way through. All right, now I see that it's through. I'm going to twist it some more. Okay, and now I'm just going to do the same thing, an inch down.
You're doing it right in the crease, right?
Yes. I'm just using a little, I just came in a little bit, like you said, so the pages don't rip.
Your papers aren't open. I'm not sure. What?
Let me do this hole and then we'll see. All right, I'm gonna poke this hole. They're just folded, Kim.
Yeah, that's not.
No, they're not. No, they're, yeah, no, my pages are different. So hang on.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, it takes a minute to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have folded pages, Kim. I have a stack like this, and they all have holes right here.
Oh, why didn't you have folded pages?
I don't know. I cut the pages to the size that you told me to.
Yeah, but I did say fold them, but okay.
Yeah, I didn't fold mine, so they're all just cut to the size that I wanted. So mine are just going to be like this on my spine.
I'm not sure how to do that. I've never done one like that, so I'm not quite sure how to do that.
Let me see. I think it'll be fine because you're just going to be flipping them like this, and they'll just be sewn into my spine right here. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do what you said. I'm going to poke the hole with the pen on my spine and poke the holes in my spine.
Okay.
Yeah, the measurement that you gave me was for the 1/2, not like, you know, this is half of a 8.5 by 11 each sheet.
Yeah,
So
but it is for folded. It says that in the instructions. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes.
If it was folded, it should be double this size then, right?
Well, 8.5 by 11 folded.
Right. So I don't have that. I have half. Mine are each half of an 8.5 by 11 in the single size.
Yeah.
So.
But and see, this is an 8.5 by 11 that way, and then you fold it and turn it that way, like.
Right.
Right.
Right. All right. So let me stick my pen in there and make these holes.
Hey, we're beginners.
It's going to be fine. I mean, it'll be fine. Okay, so you can click on you if you want while I do this. I mean,
well, I'll click over on Michelle because she's working on her cover.
Now I want the holes in the middle of my spine or at the edge again.
Well, I don't know because you're not doing it the same way as me. So I've never made one like that, so I'm not sure.
Okay, let me just eyeball it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What I did to, I used I didn't have any chipboard or sturdy enough cereal box that wouldn't get enough shade. So I used some gift boxes that I had, apparel gift boxes. Used top and bottom lead to make my cover, and I used an 8.5 or 8 by 11.5 piece of cardstock. And to make it thick enough, I glued 2 pieces of the boxes together.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on there. And then I'll lay another piece to make it look aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Before I add the inside paper and stuff. So.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie. It is Kim, Kimmy, and Michelle.
Yeah.
Oh, gonna need these. We are making junk journals. Michelle is making a paper one, and she's working on her cover right now. That's who you're seeing. And Kimmy and I are making fabric ones, and both of ours are going to be different, so that's cool.
As you see, Kim, I'm avoiding the fabric book every way possible.
You can do it, Michelle. I know you can.
I got to get some more fabric is what I really need to do.
Girl, we can hook you up, Kimmy and I.
You can pop in and out. That's fine. We understand. What did you say, Michelle? You need more fabric?
I'm going to have to get me some more fabric because I've got like a few little pieces here and there that were scrap remnants of my mom's quilts. So just got to get out there and start looking. I tried the other day at Joann's. I just didn't see anything I was thrilled about.
Okay, Michelle has AC Moore near her, and I don't have that.
Well, they're both actually, see, one's like 35 minutes away and the other one's like 45. So, but the one that's 35 minutes away is easier to get to. So it'd be the one I'll visit. I try never to visit Cincinnati. Ugh.
I am going back through the holes with the awl and making them bigger, so I'll be able to see that my spine is lined up okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm just pushing it further down the awl to make the holes bigger so I can eyeball it better.
It's kind of hard when you're going through all these layers.
Yeah. Well, I took some of the things out I was going to use. Michelle, Kim is in Canada.
Yes, me over here. Angeldreamcrafts is in Canada.
I was use wallpaper pages, but wallpaper sheets.
Yeah.
But I just think those are way too thick to try to get through, so I took them out of my stack.
Okay. Almost got mine here. Oh boy. Come on.
I'm Those creations by Kim, Michelle, and I'm in Florida. And Michelle, you can say what you're.
I am in southwestern Ohio, or southwestern Ohio, in a little town called Trenton. Quiet little sleepy town.
Is anybody crafting along with us today?
Well, I hope you are. All right, I think I did it. Of course, my strings are too long now.